asexual, polysexual, pansexual, heteroflexible, gay, bisexual, androgynous? Which ones are you, and how do you define yourself? Growing up in a time where I was sort of led to believe that anything but being heterosexual was considered somewhat unusual, I find it fascinating, and I really like the fact that now we can explore our sexuality and we can think about our sexuality in ways that are far more expansive and not so black and white. But I know that many of us find this terminology quite confusing. We don't know necessarily what all of these words mean, and I just wanted to perhaps go through a few of them and define them for you. Read out their definitions. So for instance, pansexual. What does it mean to be pansexual? Pansexual is a human who feels attraction to other humans regardless of their gender identity, as opposed to heteroflexible, which I know quite a lot of people of our age are starting to think about themselves as. Heteroflexible means primarily sexually and romantically attracted to genders other than their own, but also open to having sexual and romantic interactions with humans of the same gender. So you might like having sex with your own gender or some particular aspect of sex with your own gender, but when it comes to romantic attachment, you may still prefer to be with somebody that's the opposite gender. And then we've got things like omnisexual, which is characterized by sexual desire and or attraction that is not limited to people of a particular gender identity or sexual orientation. So to be omnisexual feels like more of a kind of sexual thing that's not gender-based. Homoflexible is again people who particularly identify as maybe being homosexual, but sometimes they like being with people of the opposite gender, and why not? And then we've got aromantic, which is they don't experience traditional romantic attractions, but they have sexual attractions to people. And there's all sorts of other kinds of gender and sexual definitions that you might want to think about. And I think at our age, one of the most exciting things, depending on where you live and the culture that you are from and how you feel about all of this and privilege and all that sort of stuff, we can explore. And why not? Because the world is a wonderful, wonderful place.